So the movie starts with a little girl named Sari, whose dad had died, and now her mother was alone taking care of Sari and her brother, due to which she used to remain busy and ignore Sari too. Even today, when Sari insisted on playing with her, she refused, saying that she is busy in a meeting, and asked her to go and play with her brother. When Sari went to her brother's room, she saw a shadow in the room, and then her brother came from behind and touched her. She screamed in fear. There was no shadow in this room. It was just an illusion of little Sari. Sari now requests her brother Raman to play, but he also refuses, because he had to prepare for his gaming competition with his friends. Her mother asks him to take Sari along with him to the park so that her boredom may reduce. In the park, Sari meets her friend who used to play with her in this park often. Sari gets busy with him, and Raman with his friends. Her mother asks him to take Sari along with him to the park so that her boredom may reduce. In the park, Sari meets her friend who used to play with her in this park often. Sari gets busy with him, and Raman with his friends. Sari and that boy decide to play hide and seek, and Sari goes to her brother and asks him to help me hide in a good place. So Raman scolds her and sends her away, saying, "Can't you see I am busy here?" Sari left from there sadly. Then a security guard came who warned them all that it is not safe for children to play in this park at this time. But they were so busy in their game that they did not listen to anyone. We see Sari, who came inside a scary house built near the park, where she saw a creepy woman sitting on the stairs. Instead of getting scared of her, Sari asked her for help to hide. And we were shown this scary sight, that the same woman quickly came close to Sari and opened her huge mouth, and while opening it, she completely engulfed Sari in her raw form. When it was time for everyone to go home, then Raman remembered Sari. He saw Sari in the park, asked the children there about Sari, but did not find Sari, and then Sari's best friend Aldi came and told Raman that Sari has been missing for a stretch of time. She was going to play hide and seek with me. They were standing in front of the same house in which Sari had gone, but they did not find any way to enter, so they assumed that there was no way to go inside. How could Sari be here? The scenes changes, and Sari is again shown to us, who was engulfed by that demonic woman. She was alive now. She was sitting at a dining table where a woman very lovingly serves her food and tells her name Wenda. There were 3 other children at the same table who were enjoying the food. Sari also liked the food and started eating fast, but in reality, it was not food, but insects and rats, which Sari was not able to understand. And the 3 children sitting in front were also spirits, whose real form Sari was also not able to see. And this illusion was being shown to her by that satanic spirit, Wenda. It was already night. No one had been able to find out about Sari till now. The police were also unsuccessful in finding her. Raman's mom was also angry with him because of his carelessness. Even Raman's friends, who were with him at that time, were blaming themselves for this, and were sad and wanted to make everything right. Raman himself was very upset. He could not sleep at night due to tension. Suddenly there was a knock on his window. He woke up startled. His cupboard opened from behind. Seeing that, he turned back towards the window. Then his sister's demonic spirit was standing there. Seeing that, he got scared, and in the next second, Sari came in front of him. Pushing him, she went out of the room. Raman got happy and thought that Sari had returned home. When he went out, Sari was running in the house, but he could not catch her. And then he saw Sari's feet under the table. Raman got scared because there was no one on the chair. Now he saw Sari near the window. He went and touched Sari, and she turned into a devil and said in a scary voice that stop searching for me. I am very happy where I am. On the other hand, Rahman's friend also notices her mother sitting mysteriously in her room, who tells her that the house in the park you have seen is not empty. There is a demonic power in it. This girl could not understand her words, and then there was a knock on the door of her house. She went and looked outside and was shocked to see that her mother was outside with her dad. The one who was in her room was some other entity. Next day in the class too, Rahman was sad, and he remembered the guard's warning that it is not right for children to stay in the park in the evening. When he searches the reason behind the children disappearing in the evening, he comes to know about a demonic entity which satisfies its hunger by catching children. The picture of that entity also animates suddenly on the computer screen, and Rahman cries out in fear in the class. And when the class is over, he talks about this demonic entity to his friends, who believed in his words because strange, scary things were also happening with both of them since night. Here Rahman's friend gives him more information about this entity, that entity hunts those children who do not get love at home, and then she gives them motherly love. This entity gives 3 days to the family members of the child before killing them. If they are unable to find the child, then she kills him forever and keeps his spirit with her and raises him like her own child. It means they had wasted 1 day, and now they had 2 days in which they could hope to save Sari. That is why these 3 decide to go to that demonic house. Here, Sari's friend Aldi had come alone to that house in search of Sari before them, the house which was near the park. From the window, he sees that Sari was eating food there with the demon. As that demonic entity cast her terrifying gaze on Aldi, he panicked and ran away from there to save his life, and while coming out, he collided with Rahman. He told everything to Rahman and his friends what he saw. At least they came to know that Sari is inside. Taking Aldi, they go inside the house to get Sari. They ask where Sari was. Sari was at the dining table earlier, but now there was no one there. Rahman says to Aldi that it's okay, your work is over here, go home quickly. But Aldi refuses to go home because he also had to find Sari. While scrutinizing the things here, they notice an entity in a white sheet. They get scared, but in fear, they remove that sheet. But it was just a lamp hidden in a sheet. When Aldi glimpses Sari here, he follows her and reaches a demonic room, while Rahman also hears Sari's voice, who was counting to start game hide and seek. In order to catch her, he also came to that room where Aldi was already present. On the other hand, Rahman's friend also sees Sari in the room. When he goes to that room, we are shown that the entity secretly closed the door of the room. When he realized that he was locked in the room, after becoming panicked, he knocked on the door too loudly. For 1 minute, his friend heard his voice, but when she came near this door, she could not see or hear anything inside. Although that boy was inside and was shouting loudly, he was even able to see his friend. But when his friend started moving ahead of the room, he understood that the entity was playing a game with him. She is neither showing what's inside, nor letting the sound out. Then a cabin opens behind that girl, inside which she sees Sari, who suddenly opens her huge mouth. Seeing her, he gets scared and faints there. Outside, that girl also saw a glimpse of Sari. As she ran behind Sari to catch her, Sari hid inside a cloth, and in no time the girl saw it. She turned into a very big entity. Seeing all this, that girl also got very scared. On the other hand, we are shown Rahman and Aldi, who had come to another room while searching for Sari, where they find a diary. There were many lamps here, which they light. On reading this diary, they come to know that the family that used to live in this house earlier was not happy at all. The owner of this house used to torture his wife and children a lot here. While reading this, Aldi also tells Rahman that my father also treats me very badly like this. He even beats me. He shows his waist where there were deep scars. As soon as he shows this, the roof breaks from above, and some unknown force drags him away from there, and Rahman is not able to save him, and he just keeps watching all this. Then from the same hole, he sees his sister Sari, who is standing with his mother. Rahman understood that she is not his mother, but the same entity. He asks Sari to come to me immediately. The one standing behind is not our mom. As soon as she says this, the entity changes its face. But Sari doesn't come near him. She starts eating the finger of that entity while breaking it. All this seems very strange to Rahman. He wanted to run and catch his sister, but then that entity disappeared, taking Sari. Rahman now heard loud sounds from behind a wall, as if there was a very big entity there. He starts following these sounds, while on the other side, Rahman's friend, who had fainted in the room, had also regained consciousness. Suddenly, some drawers open in the same room, and the spirits of those 3 kids, whom we had seen before while eating food with Sari at the dining table, they stand mysteriously after coming out of the drawers one by one. This boy gets very scared after seeing all this. These 3 demonic children were now slowly coming closer to him. To avoid them, he opened the door and went out. Thankfully, this door was not blocked. He bumped into his friend outside, who was also very nervous. She told his friend about all the scary things that had happened to her. She also said that a man was passing from outside. I also called him for help, but he ran away from there in fear after hearing my voice. Here, Rahman, chasing that thumping sound, he had reached a strange, scary room, where now there was a very big demonic entity in front of him. This was the same entity about which he had searched information on Google. She looked exactly like the picture, or say that she looked even more terrifying than the picture. At this time, it had Aldi in its hand. Rahman was watching all this while hiding. She opens her big mouth and swallows Aldi in his raw form. Rahman is not able to move due to fear. The next moment, he lifts his face. That entity was in front of him. He falls down the stairs out of fear. As soon as he falls down the stairs, his friends catch him. And both the friends ask him to leave this house. They tell Rahman how many paranormal or scary things have happened to them here. Rahman also tells them that yes, you all are saying everything right, because I have seen with my own eyes an entity named Wewe Gombel here, which eats children, and because of that, all these negative things are happening here. Rahman says to them that just one last time we will go to that room where Aldi had gone. If we do not find Sari, then we will go home. Following Rahman's advice, these 3 come to that room, but at first they do not see anyone here. Then they see Sari, which suddenly disappeared while walking here. Before these people leave from here, they see a black-colored cloth flying in the air, due to which they get very scared. Then, that cloth turns into a woman and her 3 children. This was the same woman with whom Sari was eating food. Rahman asks her, "Who are you, and why are you not leaving Sari?" This lady tells her name, Wenda, and says that I will not return Sari to anyone, because no one loves Sari as much as I love. Here she calls Sari and asks her if you want to go home. Sari says no. Sari tells him that Wenda is very nice. She listens to everything I say. She plays with me and cooks good food for me. Rahman was very confused. He wanted to save his sister at any cost. He tries to hold her hand, but is unable to do so. Then his friend tells him that she is not Sari, but this is Sari's spirit. They have definitely separated Sari's spirit and Sari's body. If we have to save Sari, we will have to find her body first. Raman was getting very angry. He tells this woman named Wenda that, "Who exactly are you? Show me your true identity." As soon as he says this, the body of this woman named Wenda starts to stiffen, and she suddenly turns into an entity named Wewe Gombel. Raman picks up a chair and tries to kill Wewe Gombel. But this was the most wrong way to kill a ghost. Raman's friend also had a knife with him, which he quickly stabs on the heart of Wewe Gombel. Blood spurts come out from there, and a strange thing happens, that all that blood turns into a ball, and it goes inside the mouth of the same boy who had attacked Wewe Gombel. Due to this blood, that boy starts vomiting and falls unconscious after vomiting. Here, Wewe Gombel also grabs the neck of Raman. She chokes him and throws him down after making him unconscious. In unconscious state, he goes into a strange world, goes into the past, where he comes to know the history of this house. The woman named Wenda, whose glimpse they had seen repeatedly in this house. She used to live in this house, but her husband was not a good person. He beats Wenda, even when she is pregnant, and says that this child cannot be his. Wenda keeps telling him that you will have to believe me, but that man starts beating Wenda. To save Wenda, her 3 children also come, and this abusive man burns her face with hot tea in front of her children and then leaves the house. Wenda was very sad because of her husband leaving like this. She had not been away from home for many years because of her husband. She was not able to understand how to run the house. When household supplies run out at home, she ends herself and her children by poisoning. Before dying, she herself called Wewe Gombel to her house. She also knew everything about Wewe Gombel, and she told her that you can take my soul to increase your power, but raise my children with love, and do not let their love decrease. She also asks to turn this house into a haunted house, so that her husband could never come back to this house, because now she had started hating her husband. And then from that day onwards, along with the spirits of Wenda and her children, Wewe Gombel also started living in this house, and this house became a devilish house in which there was nothing but negative energy. After seeing all this, Raman regains consciousness. Along with him, both his friends also regain consciousness, and then they hear the voice of Wewe Gombel, who wanted to play with them, hide and seek. She starts counting, and out of fear, all 3 of them hide. Wewe Gombel transforms herself into a snake and starts looking for all 3 of them. First, she finds a girl. She hangs her upside down by clutches her foot.